All right, guys. So a lot of news tonight. Global and JP are kind of, I mean, we're moving towards the actual sync, but the two versions, of course, are synced up kind of like in update day and stuff like that. As we move closer to the worldwide download celebration, and then the permanence kind of like sync that's going to take place. So we had new characters announced on JP. Just quickly, like sort of cover some of the stuff. We had the new characters announced on JP, Kaket and Mai, both of whom seem pretty good. We have the big global data download. I more so covered the characters, but this is going to cover most of the update stuff. And then, of course, we had the EZAs for Margarita and Kawaii. Margarita, in particular, seems very good, which is huge because she's the Universe 11 character. And even on Global, Margarita, came out in January of 2022. So chances are good that if you're a player who's been playing for a while, you've probably got Margarita potentially with dupes because she's been on every single banner. There's a decent chance of that. So a lot of stuff that's been going on. All right, let's just focus on all of the update info that kind of happened on Global Dokkan last night. So the popular tab, yeah, you could check the popular team the other players use to beat the stages. Please tell me in the comments, man, how often is this going to show you guys modded teams? I know it's even worse on Global than it is on JP, right? Like, how often is this showing modded teams? I'd love to know. There's no way that they're like, oh, popular teams tab, and you look at it and it's just going to be like, like botted runs. Like, I'd be so interested to know if that would be the case. So that's what that is. They updated the interface of the shop. It's almost inconsequential. The only thing is that if there's, featured merchandise, as they say, it shows up in like a big bubble at the top. Adjusted user interface. This is really bad, by the way, and then fix some bugs. I've got it, yeah, right here. We could just jump into this right now. Dude, so the new team screen, this is what you global players have got, just like us on JP. I think it looks terrible. I would like to focus in on the team I'm talking about, or the team I'm using. Previously, the team screen would take up the whole page, like the whole screen, which is what I liked. So, I could make a point about that team or discuss it or something like that. I hate how it's, like, I don't like the new team screen. I don't. I think that this was a bad update. I don't really know what was the purpose for this. The one good thing, though, if you guys know, a lot of players throughout the years of Dokkan have lost runs in the World Tournament where they've accidentally taken the wrong team into World Tournament. You can now easily make sure that's not the case by just pressing the select button. So, like, you are doing World Tournament, and then you go do some stuff, and then before you go in, you just make sure that your World Tournament team is selected or something. Like, I guess that's a big thing. But, yeah, I think this is terrible. I hate it. Let me know what you guys think, but I absolutely despise this. Okay, so we have a World Tournament. Now, JP is going to be getting a data download in about 13 hours. JP will be getting their data download. And these characters right here, the new Dragon Ball Saga summonable unit, the Yamcha. And then we have the 3 new World Tournament EZAs as well. Cell, Mercenary Tao, Robot Tao, Cyborg Tao, and then the STR Super Saiyan 2 Great Saiyaman. Those are the 3 EZA characters. Perfect Cell, Cyborg Tao, and Super Saiyan 2 Great Saiyaman. Those will be in the JP data download tonight as well, because both Global and JP are going to be having World Tournaments this weekend. If you guys remember, for weeks, I've been telling you guys that Global is probably going to have a World Tournament on this weekend. The second we saw it announced in the Master Roshi Celebration info, it's like, yeah, there's definitely going to be a World Tournament for Global as well. And then, Global, it's been murderer's row for Global. You guys have had World Tournaments constantly this year. But now, like, we're caught up. Like Global already is caught up in World Tournaments. Then we go to this one, and then we'll be on Global will be back onto a normal World Tournament schedule since they're caught up. So the next World Tournament will probably be in October. The middle of October would be my guess. So that'll be good. So there's that. Next, okay. So there was an issue, and it was a big issue because the Bardock event was up, which has numerous, a million missions, right? Beat it with all different types of categories, use AoE characters, stuff like that. The game was bugged out for Dokkan mode attacks. Now, Alan is having a meltdown, but thankfully, this is an issue that would be very annoying, such as the support item bug. You guys remember how bad that was? Or the giant transformation bug. You guys remember how bad that was? But, thankfully, this issue is already fixed. It was fixed very fast after the game kind of came out of maintenance. So that's really good. So just, if you guys see people talking about, like, Dokkan mode issues or anything like that, that's what they're referring to. But it is already fixed, so not a problem there. Then we have this right here. The next global battlefield is actually going to last only 1 week. Now, I saw a bunch of people being like, oh my god, this is the worst ever, but even on JP, like this time frame, battlefields are always very short. If we take a look at last year's Battlefield, again, it was only about a week, and we look at 2 years ago's Battlefield, and I mean, it was more so like 2 weeks, but this is a common thing, right, where battlefields are actually in this time frame usually very, very short. But by the way, Battlefield 77, that is the current Battlefield JP is on right now. So, you know, then we're going to have Worldwide Download Celebration Battlefield, which will be a special one. And then Battlefield 78, Global and JP, same time, will be in October for whatever the October celebration is after this. I would say the chances are there that October could be Daima. Like, the October Dokkan Fest that we'll get on, like, October 4th or 3rd or 5th or something. When is that Dokkan Fest going to be? It's going to be the 4th or the 3rd, probably. This is the next Dokkan Fest after Worldwide Download Celebration. Might be Daima. Because, remember, that's going to be Daima month is October and Sparking Zero and a lot of stuff, right? Alright, so there's that. We talked about the Battlefield stuff. So, if you guys noticed, the data download last night was monstrous. Huge, massive data download. The reason is because this is kind of data download optimization that they discussed of previously, right? So what happens with this is basically now you're not going to have to download as many, basically the EZA assets are sort of like optimized. So in future data downloads, you're not going to have to download all of those every single time, which does make a pretty significant kind of like it's good. It's good. I think this is a significant change that'll make things easier for some players. Now, we can also talk about this. So the old data is now just useless data that's stuck there. So you have two options. You can clear the cache or reinstall the app. Now, make sure you have a transfer code or something ready, but if you, again, either clear the cache or uninstall and reinstall Dokkan, it should clear up a lot of space. It should give you a lot of extra space. But again, if you're going to reinstall or uninstall and reinstall, confirm that you can transfer. Like, don't just do it and then go, oh, oopsie, where's my code or whatever. Well, there isn't transfer codes, but I mean, when I transfer now, I just use Google account is what I use, but yeah, whatever. Anyway, so there's that. Just a little tip to help you guys, because I've seen so many people talk about how Dokkan is just a monster in terms of space. I think it's specifically global is way bigger because they have all the different language stuff compared to JP, which is just Japanese, right? I believe that's why. This is crazy. Now, this is not on JP right now. They changed the hidden potential system skill thing from 5 stones to 1 stone. This is a screenshot I grabbed from Toon Rami's stream last night. 5 stones to 1 stone is kind of a big deal. Now, again, this is not on JP at the moment, but Global had their data download, 6 hours ago or 5 hours ago, whereas JP is going to have their data download, 13 hours from now. So I'll be very curious to see if JP also has this. Is this going to be a permanent thing that's now on for both versions, or is this just yet another Global exclusive W? I mean, people don't want to hear it, but Global has been treated way better for a long time. And I mean, it's just Global. How many W's can they possibly accumulate? But this is a pretty big deal. when a character EZAs, it should just be free. It should just be free. It should just be free. It should just be free for if a character EZAs. I mean, I don't even... This is one of those things. This is almost like a relic of old Dokkan. They should just let you change your build however you want to, right? Like, I don't know. This is just a relic of old Dokkan, where they were just looking any way to pimp people out of stones is what they were looking for. Okay. So, we'll see exactly how deep and far this is going to extend and stuff like that. But the global reset time has changed, as Toonrami says right here. It's now the same as JP, which is in 2 hours, 11 a.m. my time. That's when events reset, you know, a lot of different types of things reset, right? Now, as it seems right now, that's when things reset is changed. Hold on, we're going to get to that in 2 seconds. So the event reset moved to JP's regular reset. Not what we want, which is regular reset, but it's a first step toward a full sync. Yeah, so right now, not everything is actually at the same time as JP, though. So, like, for example, here's what the times look like on JP, right? Like, these are the different times that you see, you know, for event reset, login, and then new content have kind of like the 3 different times. Now, global, right, you guys would get event reset and login at the same time, which is not the case for JP, right? For JP, it's this. Like, if you look at my clock, in 2 hours is when events would reset. Like, I get a new 6 attempts for the Goku and Frieza fight, for example. And then, what is it, 4 hours later is then the login time, which is 3 p.m. Eastern my time. And then, like, events drop, banners drop is at 4 a.m. my time. So, I don't care which one they pick. They can move all JP times to global times, move all global times to JP times. I don't really care. I do think absolutely everything should come to both versions at the exact same time, right? Both need to, like, you know, missions come out at the same time. Celebration info comes out at the same time. Banner comes out at the same time. Everything. Everything should come at the same time. Because right now, they change globals, the event reset, right? But the normal kind of, like, mission stuff seems to be the same time, right? This would be, what is this? This would be 8 p.m. Eastern, my time, right? Which is kind of like the previous, like, login time and event reset that Global had. And then right here, this is that 2:30 a.m. time for me, which is when banners drop on Global, which seems to be the same. So they changed a little bit of it, but not all of it. I do think that they should pick one of the two. Again, I don't have any, you know, connect or any, like, oh my god, we must all be on the JP time. I don't give a shit. I just want both versions to have everything at the same time dropping. That's all I care about. JP, they can move all the JP times to Global. W for me. I don't care. Just, I think the number one thing the game has to do is just make things equal across both versions. No preferential treatment for either version. Like, if only Global could get the Pilaf Trove stuff because of, like, country laws, like, I get that, right? But, like, stuff in game, it needs to just be all the same time and all the same and blah, 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 blah. All right, so there's that. And then, oh, the last thing, I mean, this isn't really, well, I guess it is kind of pertaining to Global. So, they announced the Peppy Gal EZAs. We did not see Goku and Piccolo's EZA. It could still be announced right before the DD. We've seen that happen all the time. We also did not see Kid Goku's Super EZA. Now, I don't think we're going to see Goku and Piccolo's EZA announced right before the data download, or Kid Goku Super EZA announced right before the data download. I don't think it's going to happen, but I'm waiting to talk about it in more detail until the data download announces. But I would say right now it looks more likely that we're not going to see the Kid Goku Super EZA or Goku and Piccolo EZA. So in terms of the Kid Goku Super EZA, I'll do a separate video on that. Some of y'all were on stream. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. We're going to cover the Kid Goku Super EZA stuff. But this right here, so if the Goku and Piccolo EZA is coming soon, they could be a worldwide download celebration countdown EZA, just like STRUI Sign Goku was for 9th anniversary. So that would lean to me that movies worldwide is what we're going to be seeing. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Because I know people, I saw people talking about, is the first one? No, it's not. Okay. I saw people talking about Dragon Ball Saga, and it's like, remember, Goku and Piccolo are not a Dragon Ball Saga character. It's like, if anything, they're Saiyan Saga, which is like kind of like when that Garlic Jr. movie was sort of taking place. But there we go. I just wanted to cover, again, a lot of the different odds and ends of this global update. Actually, quite a bit of stuff in here, so we'll see. Again, we're getting closer and closer and closer to the actual global sync, to the worldwide download celebration. To me, things are really starting to take shape. I think I'm looking at a lot of this stuff very optimistically now, right? Global, you guys see like they've, moved a lot of this content very fast up. Global a week ago was behind a bunch of characters. Now they just got UI Goku out. Toppo drops tonight. All of a sudden, Global's only behind Jiren, Cellmax, and Roshi. And I do think Jiren is probably going to drop next week because the Goku and Frieza stage and the second UI Goku Supreme Magnificent Battle stage, both of those were not in the data. So that's going to be next week for Global. And I think probably maybe even Jiren as well. But we'll see. We will see. So let me know what you guys think about the massive monster global updates. And I'll catch you guys next time.